Good morning, gamers. My name is Senpai Kira, and we're back. And this time we're doing Chapter 4, or R4, of our Fatal Frame series. So sit back, let's do it. Okay, so we're back. And we got those films that we haven't developed, or we have already developed from last time, and we're just gonna drop it by to Miku's room, see what she can find about it.
Having trouble sleeping? Do you need to sleep in here with me?
Why do you keep on asking me to sleep here with you?
Ray, this is it.
Ray, I researched that abandoned house we covered. Here, why don't you take a look? Okay. So this is about the abandoned house. Let's read through. Coverage of the abandoned house. Below is a summary of what a newspaper reporter told me about the coverage of the abandoned house. I didn't have time before, so please take this as a reference. History of the manor. They say that there were several villages around the manor until the 1900s. But today, only the abandoned house remains. Even the landowner doesn't know when or why it was built. Now, only the area around the entrance is left. But originally, it was a huge manor, deep and strangely shaped. It seems on the old map, a shrine is occasionally drawn in, but now there exists not so much of a trace of it, and not much is known about it. But on the outlying mountains, it seems a myth-like story is told that is connected to the other world. The rumor of the ghost manor. Maybe due to the myth, but since long ago the abandoned house has been called a ghost manor, many people visit it just because of the rumor. The rumor is that you can meet the dead at the manor, and further, that the dead you meet will summon you to the other world. The rumor's origins are said to be in the census that were held in a shrine there. But that's merely a rumor too. In any case, I think the story of the mountain connected to the other world is the source of the rumor. Thanks, I really appreciate it. You added the abandoned house to your file.
If you need anything else, just let me know.
Oh, well.
Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest.
Actually, there's more stuff I want to dump on your load, Miku.
What can I do for you?
Miku, I was wondering if you could research this photograph for me. I think there's 3 of this. There's the second one. And this is the third.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
That's what I want to hear, Miku. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. And as for us, we need to go back to our sleep. Because all the action is in our dream. And we're back, and this is going to be hour 4. Our protagonist is going to be Miku.
This dream again. I thought I wasn't going to have it anymore.
Alright, so the scenario here looks like Fatal Frame 1 when it began. So there's going to be a talisman on the entrance behind us. The evil dream. This is R4. And we can't escape until we destroyed his talisman. There's a strong presence emanating from the door, so it means we can't go through. And this area really looks like the manor where we explored on Fatal Frame 1. Pretty much everything is the same. The door has Sanskrit-like characters carved on it, as well some metal fixtures from hanging something. Actually, there was a mask there, if you guys remembered. On Fatal Frame 1, there was some sort of mask that we hang there to get through to the other side. So we're gonna collect all these herbal medicines. This chapter is actually a very nasty chapter. And we are going to be very, very cautious with this chapter. And just like Fatal Frame 1, when we started off, Miku picked up this Obscura camera from Mafuyu from last time. And it's gonna be the same. Camera Obscura, but I don't want to remember anymore. So, looks like Miku is being drawn to this manor because of the longingness. Alright, so Miku actually has a lot of nasty fights, to be honest. Starting with the slasher in this room. There will be a slasher here, I think. I actually call it a slasher, since it has this sword with him. Hold on a second. We're gonna check all the areas here. Make sure we don't leave out on something. And to activate that ghost, we need to check out this door right here. So we don't have the that thing that we need to put in the panel just yet. We need to look for it. It's gonna be nasty. I'm gonna look behind just because the problem with Miku is he draws the camera very, very slow. We gotta get rid of this real clean. No, that's the problem. There's this window you need to take him out, otherwise it's gonna be over for you, at least. So it's like we'll be using one of this. It's a good thing we have this Type 16 film. That's a really, really nasty battle. You know, the problem with Miku is she draws out her camera very, very slow compared to Rei. You have acquired a sacred stone amulet. Special ability, sacred stone. Miku Hinasaki's special ability, effect 1. Slow a ghost movement. By pressing the circle button and using the sacred stone, you slow the movement of ghosts. If using default control settings, since the ghost moves more slowly, it is easier to dodge attacks or aim in the shutter chance or fatal frame. You cannot use the sacred stone if the sacred stone meter drops to 0. If Miku damages a ghost or receives damage, the sacred stone meter replenishes. The higher your level, the faster it replenishes, and the longer its duration of effect. Okay, sounds pretty clear to me. So let's get out of here. So now that we have the mask, I think we can go through the door, which we saw earlier. So we'll go right through there, see what's behind it. There's some kind of presence here that I think we didn't took a picture of earlier. There you go. An image of something has emerged on the photo. Looks like somewhere else. Looks like that sacrificial altar where ropes are pulling this shrine maiden. Okay, so we have this mask, and we're gonna put it through this door to get through. Simulacrum, or I don't know how you read that. The face of the simulacrum mask I hung on the door has changed to an expression of anger. The door appears to be unlocked. I think that's the only function of this mask. Okay, this nasty place again. I know there's gonna be some nasty ghosts in this room. It's always like that. I know you're here. Come forth, damn it. You cannot escape me. This is that ghost that it's very tough to fatal frame. I'll make sure I hurt you. More of that Aikido stuff. Who the heck is he anyway? So we got a Twilight Stone. There is a pentagonal lithograph stone carved with what looks like a Sanskrit writing. Okay. This is what we need to enter this door right here. Okay. Responding to the Twilight Stone you brought, it looks as though the door mechanism has begun to move. Okay. So let's start with this one. First one is this. Second one is this. This. Then this. Then this. And the last one should be this. Okay. By the fitting in the Twilight Stone into the last space, it sounds like the lock opened. Okay. Let's go right in. And this kind of looks like the room in Fatal Frame 2 for some reason. There's an old picture hanging on the wall. Its surface is black from the moisture coming through the window, and I can't make out what the picture is. Doesn't matter anymore, Miku. Should be a ghost here. 500 points. That's what I want. What do you have here? There's an old book on the top of the desk. Crimson Diary. Snow is falling. It's a quiet night. This could be the last snow of the 10 years of changing seasons I've watched from this window. As I watch the snow, I get the feeling that something has passed. Finally, I have served all my attachment. I'll give my body over to the ropes and seal the gates. Kizuna Himuro. Alright. Really creepy, whatever that means. There's gonna be more stuff going on here. This actually looks like the place where we followed Mafuyu on the final stage of Fatal Frame 1. Although it is kind of weird that you located this area in this particular room. I don't think it actually belongs here. That was Kiri, I think. Why do you have to check this? I mean, just get out of there. I guess she's just curious, huh? There's our enemy. We shall eliminate this vermin. He's not moving. There you go. I got his attention. I got 5 more shots. This coast can be very, very nasty. No, I missed. I missed. Get away from me, damn it. Alright. He's hurt us. But we'll hurt him back. I think this is the best time to upgrade our camera. Hold on a second. And hopefully the points here are not actually related to raise points, so we don't actually use up raise points for upgrading. Okay, where are you at? We must run away. Stop wasting my film, buddy. He's spawning from here to there. Where you at? Damn it. There you go. I don't even know if he's a guy or a woman. Okay, looks like we can go through here. I think. I don't want to go in any further. Mafuyu.
Mafuyu.
Okay. Looks like the game is suggesting for us to wake up in the real world. So no problem. Let us go. I just hate this room. I've been damaged too many times in this room. Like I said on Fatal Frame 1, this room is some kind of a fish breeding area, I think. If we check... Uh, reserve room, that's what they call it. Anyway, let's just get out of here. Since that seal is out, we should be able to get back.
Over here.
What? What are you talking about? Hey. So I'm not able to go just yet? Let's change our film. I think we should follow that little girl wherever she is leading us. I don't know. But we need to follow her.
Over here.
No more missing of these shots. No more. Where am I?
Over here.
I know. Lead the way. This looks like that room from Fatal Frame 2, I think. Anyway, there's lots of stuff lying around here. We should collect everything. Herbal medicine, perfect. The door is tightly sealed. Okay, we're not forcing it. There's some room up there we should check also. Lots of books here. I tried looking into them, but the writing has smudged from the damp. And I can't read what it says. You don't need to read everything you see, you know. Just get the heck out of here. I tried pushing the bookcase, but it's too heavy. Probably a man, or probably only a man could move it. Okay. Guess there's nothing much to do up here. So there's one more area we need to go, or where we can go. That's over here. Let's do it. Looks like some small shrine.
Save the two.
Save the two? What are you talking about? And we woke up as Ray. I don't know if Ray was the one having this dream of Miku, or is it Miku having this dream? I'm not sure. Was that Miku's dream? But why? Okay. It seems Miku is having that same dream too. Rope House. And we got some update with Miku. We should read that before we jump off to the next chapter. So no problem. And this is my cat, which I never touch. I think we also have those films. I think we should check. I think there's some film we can check. I don't see Miku anywhere. She's always awake by now, but maybe she's still in her room. We're not going there. Hey! No! I missed it. Damn it. There is a letter on the kitchen counter. It looks like it's from Kay. Miku must have brought it in and left it here. Letter from Kay 4. So we already had 1, 2, and 3, and this is 4. Let's read through. Dear you, have you listened to the 3 tapes I sent you before? I'd like you to listen to them before you read the rest. Maybe you won't believe it, but I've had the manner of sleep dream. First, I thought I was just thinking about the manner too much. But after listening to those tapes and to Mio, I'm displaying the same symptoms. In the dream, I'm in a snowy manor, and I don't remember it well. But it resembles to the house I got the camera obscura from. I get a bad sense from the manor, just like the testimonies. The only difference is, I was pursuing Mio in the manor, and Mio wasn't dead. If the urban legend of the manner of sleep is true, and I can wake Mio from her dream, maybe I can save her. If it makes a little sense, I feel I'm getting closer to the truth. Regards, Kei Amakura. Okay, we added that to our file. 3 cassettes. Maybe they're in a used room somewhere. So we're gonna check a used room in just a short while. We actually missed one shot a while ago. That ghost feet, which is very, very hard to take a picture of. Because you need to go down the stairs and quickly draw your camera to that area. I don't have any film I can develop now. Okay, no problem. So let's just go up. And first, we need to talk to... yeah, we need to talk to Miku first about her dream. If that makes any sense. Let's go there first, and then we'll stalk use room upstairs after that, because there's gonna be some tape we need to listen to because of that letter from Kay. All right, here we go. You're awake.
Miku? Ray, I'm sorry. I don't feel so well. I couldn't sleep.
Couldn't sleep? What are you talking about? Miku. Oh, Ray, I don't feel so well today. I didn't sleep so well. Did something happen yesterday? I just had a strange dream. That's all. Please, don't worry about me. By the way, a letter came for you this morning. I felt I left it in the kitchen. Thanks. Get some rest today. And then there's this. Photo of Kay. Hey, Amakura. Isn't this him? Where did you find this photo? Yesterday, looking through my brother's albums. My brother worked on the same editing team as you for a while. I thought there might be a photo of him left over from those days. I see. Thank you. On the back of the photo is written, recent photo of author. Okay. We added that to our file. Before we go to sleep, we need to check use room for additional stuff. Because a lot of things are not making any sense here. We just need to paste them all together. I kind of noticed with Fatal Frame 3, there's so much reading material. There's so much reading material. Oh my goodness. Alright, here we go. The bookshelves are full of volumes of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. They're all books you used for his work, or ones that were published by his company. There was a time when I used to be interested in them. but it was only a passing phase. In the bookcase is a book occultism that Amakura wrote about in his letter. Okay. The camera obscura. Camera obscura is a device used to capture the other world made by occultist Kunihiko Aso from the late 1900s to the early 20th century. He tried to communicate with and get proof of this other world. The term occultist refers to people involved in the movement to verify Eastern thought using contemporary Western technology. Kunihiko Aso is a prime example of such an occultist. The camera obscura was one of his quintessential experiments. He modified the, at the time, still rare camera by adding a special lens and film. It was supposed to capture unbelievable things normally invisible to the naked eye, like a so-called different phase interval and spirits and ghosts. They are very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among curio dealers. Most have been broken, and we have lost the chance to see the other world, as well as Aso's achievements for eternity. Hmm. Okay, let's add up those files to our compilations. After you have received new information, you may find related books and documents in the bookcase or desk. In the bookcase, there is a book with a projector similar to the one you photographed in the mansion. The Spirit World. The device shown here was left by Kunihiko Aso. He used it to substantiate the existence of and communication with the spirit world. He was a brilliant scientist and philosopher, and by appropriating Western culture in the late 1900s and the early 20th centuries, he combined new technology with his theory on the spirit world to prove its existence. It is said a few of his devices were able to capture an unbelievable existence from the spirit world, but posthumously from a singular beginning. His devices became a fashion item among dilettantes and were scattered about the country. On such device is this projector. Having completed the experimental stage of the camera obscura, a camera that photographs the other world, he created a screen upon which to project the special images captured on the film. The records say that images were projected that could not be seen when they are photographed. Okay. More stuff coming in. Arrange the bookcase are used collection of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology books. We already read that. Okay, let's check this one. There are type and handwriting letters on the desk along with several books. I have hardly touched anything in here since that day. I just can't bring myself to tidy everything away. There is a notebook left out on the top of the desk. Perhaps somebody was in the middle of work. On the urban legend. Many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are molded on a real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. They are often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legend, and oral tradition. Settings such as isolated mountain village or bygone customs, like night trysts or ceremonies, often act to trigger the incidents themselves, and these in turn become the motive of the urban legend. The reason for the popular urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city, or the modern bias toward the ancient. To people in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps the scorn or fear finds expressions in the urban legend. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolation mountain village. Further, bygone customs are attractive elements that end up acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, There is the story about the area around the Minakami Dam where Mayu went missing. Lost Village. In the mountain of the Minakami area, there was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, there was a great massacre, and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walk in the forest where the village once lay, there is a small guardian statue, and if you continue, you will come into the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continued in this village, where the day will never again break, and a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next, we have the manner of bizarre murders, where the same tragedy reoccurs. Its scale is smaller, but generally speaking, it resembles to the patterns of the village, as it is made up of elements based on true incidents. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of the Himuro, there remains a manor where years ago there was said to be a massacre. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forests, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have never been found with both hands, legs, and heads severed off. One more example is the seemingly related Manor of Sleep urban legend that I'm researching now. The Manor of Sleep legend was picked up in various magazines in the 1960s, but the incidents with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in older media. This newspaper is from the early 1900s and is of no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up, but the background of the spirited aways and those people's later conditions bear many similarities to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century, and I've seen the legends in several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. Perhaps this is what Kay was asked to investigate. Okay, we put that in our file. After you have received new information, you may find related books and documents in the bookcase or desk. We also have an old newspaper stuck in the notebook. We're going to read this also. Series of vanishings across the region. According to the sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and daughter who live in Myojin village went missing. The missing are Maki Kuzuhara and her daughter Kuzue. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kuzuhara's missing husband. The two reportedly wander the mountain nearly every day. The informant says, "I hadn't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black suit-like marks. Similar disappearances are being reported across the area, and some are calling them spirited aways." Looks like we're gonna end up like that if we don't figure out what's happening here as soon as possible. In the desk drawer is a thick envelope. It's part of Kei Amakura's. Perhaps this is the cassette tape from the letter. Letter from K5. It's kind of weird that we received a letter of K4 in the mail, and then a letter of K5 is already in the house, which is strange how it got there. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's read through. Dear you, I got a tape on the Manor of Sleep urban legend from the source at the hospital. The psychiatrist had recorded the medical condition of a patient. There's a lot of background noise as it was originally recorded on a gramophone, but the content is great. It's not quite anthropology, but I think you'll be interested too. It's a lot to ask, but I'd like you to find out about urban legends or cases of missing people similar to this one. Regards, Kei Amakura. Okay. More clues. We got the tape. There should be 3 around here. Seems there is no more old tapes. That's two. Or, okay, anyway. See what else is back here. There are blue sheets in the bed. Okay. It's his favorite color. How about this one? On this bare shelf are old bits of machinery you used to collect. They're not quite impressive enough to be called antiques. They just look like old machines. I still have no idea what made him want to collect them. I seem to remember him telling me about it once or twice. Maybe I wasn't really listening properly. All right, looks like that's it. Let's go back to our room. We actually read tons of stuff, and we're not done. We got some updates on our files, and we need to go read them before we go to sleep and do a hard save. All right, now let's go through our reading. We got some notes here, not actually so much reading materials here compared to earlier. We got some update on the abandoned house. Let's read through. Miku tells me the house I went to is famous for being haunted. They say it's a place where people can meet the dead, and that the dead lure people into the other world. The words have stayed in my mind. What if you really is there inside that manor calling out to me? What will I do? Okay, next. Rope house. The house in Miku's dream is different from the one I've been seeing. The corridors hung with rope, the blood altar, the woman torn apart. Miku has a memory of these things. Is the place somehow connected to Miku and her memories of her brother? We don't know, but I think they're all related. We got a update or a new information here. Kunihiko Asu, scholar of the occult who lived in the second half of the 19th century. His research, known as mythical science, attempted to use the new Western technology to explain old Japanese folk beliefs and traditions about the other world. After completing his camera obscura, capable of capturing images of the other world, he made a projector using the same technology. Using this, he was able to play back supernatural images recorded on film that couldn't be seen on a conventional equipment. Okay. We'll be hearing a lot of Kunihiko Asu on Fatal Frame 4, I think. Alright, we got more update. Miku. The girl who works as my assistant. She too wanders the house in her dream, looking for Mafuyu, her brother. She's always been so cheerful and strong. What happened to her in the past? Is she still wounded by what happened just like me? Kei Makura. A friend of you researching the manner of sleep. He and you were researching an urban legend about the manner of sleep. It is the same manner I have been seeing in my dreams. He started looking into it because of his niece Mio, who fell prisoner to her dreams about the manner of sleep. But he got sucked in too in the course of his research, and now he's trying to find a way to escape from the dreams. Next one, begging for help. A girl who called Miku back when she tried to leave her dream. Your brother is here, she said in a sad, mournful voice. Miku was stunned by what she heard. Okay. Got two more reading here and we can continue. Camera Obscura. An old camera called the Camera Obscura. It was designed by a man with the same surname as Yu Aso to photograph images of spirits and ghosts. But what was the camera doing inside the manor? Don't know. Lastly, the projector. The old projector from the house I saw in my dream. It was developed by Kunihiko Asu, who lived in the second half of the 19th century. It uses a technology of the camera obscura to show supernatural images from another plane that can't be played on a normal equipment. Okay, looks like that's pretty much it for our reading content. What we're going to do is we're going to do a hard save. Let's do that save. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it for this run. We're going to be doing chapter 5 or hour 5 on our next run. So don't forget to join me on the next run. That's going to be chapter 5. Thanks for watching. I'll see you there. Peace out.